Valerie, one happy housewife, and we are going to be making Hawaiian sloppy joes in our Instant Pot today. Super easy meal, requires just a little bit of prep, and you can have a quick dinner for those busy weeknights when your kids are hungry and you don't know what to make. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you everything you need to get started, all the ingredients, but before we do that, I am going to set my pot to saute so it starts warming up while I'm talking to you. It's going to beep in a second letting us know it's ready. So we're going to use a couple pounds of ground beef. I have a big family, so I usually make my meals with 2 pounds. There's the beep, meaning it's starting. We have some chopped up onion, some chopped up bell peppers. We have red and yellow here. You can use green, whatever you have on hand. Some minced garlic, some olive oil for browning our ground beef. Some soy sauce. We have Worcestershire sauce. Anybody else has trouble saying that as much as I do. We have tomato paste, ketchup, we have brown sugar, and we have a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple. And I like the one that comes in 100% pineapple juice. You want to make sure and get that one and not the one that comes in syrup because the whole can's going to go in there. So now we're just going to wait for this to say hot and we're going to get started. Okay, so our pot says hot now. We are going to go ahead and put our oil in. And we're going to let it sit there for just a second. I didn't mention it before, make sure your liner is in there before you start. And we are going to now saute our onions and our garlic. Got my mini mitt to help me out. Gonna move them around in there, make sure they get coated, and we are going to let them saute for just a couple minutes until they start getting translucent. Okay, so just a couple minutes on the onions, and now we're going to add our bell peppers as well. Saute those for a couple minutes as well. Okay, now we're ready to put our ground beef in there so that it can brown with the onions and peppers. So our ground beef is in there and we just have to brown it and make sure and mix it real well with your onions. This is gonna take a few minutes, and I like using that chopper to get the ground beef really fine, and then I just switch over to my spoon when it's chopped enough. So our ground beef is nice and brown. We are now gonna add our soy sauce and our Worcestershire sauce and our brown sugar, and we're gonna mix everything well together. The meat now has a really nice color, and we are now going to add our can of crushed pineapple, the whole thing, juice and everything. It's part of your liquid that you're using, and mix everything very well together. This is the last time that you're gonna mix everything. It's starting to smell really good. Okay, and we are ready now for the final step. We are going to be adding our ketchup and our tomato paste, and we are not going to mix. We're just gonna place it on top of everything and leave it sitting there. So there's our ketchup and our tomato paste. And that's it, no more mixing. And now we are going to close our lid. Make sure, you can go ahead and hit cancel and make sure your sealing ring is on there nice and tight. And then we're going to line up our arrows, close the pot, set it to sealing, and we are gonna be cooking it for 5 minutes high pressure. So you're gonna do either manual or pressure cook, depending on your model. I'm gonna do manual and then 5 minutes, and that's it. We wait. Our 5-minute cook time is over, and now it's in warm mode, and it reads L001. This is the amount of natural pressure release that has gone by, which means the pot is releasing pressure on its own. We're not doing anything. We're gonna let it release naturally for 10 minutes. When it reads L010, then we're gonna hit cancel, and we are going to release the rest of the pressure manually. So it's been 10 minutes of natural pressure release. We can now press cancel, and we are gonna release the rest of the pressure carefully. I just use my finger. As soon as our pin drops, then we can open the top. Okay, so we're ready to open it now. Our pin has dropped. And now remember, the tomato paste and ketchup are gonna be sitting on top, so you are gonna wanna mix all of that together. Oh, it smells so good. We are going to now set it on saute for just a couple more minutes so that the liquid kind of thickens up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and hit saute and mix it a couple times while it's in there. So I let it saute for a few minutes, and then I let it sit there. The longer you let it sit, the thicker it will get. I am gonna serve the sloppy joes on sweet Hawaiian rolls. The kids really like them. And a little tip, if you wanna avoid soggy bread, you can toast the buns on the stove, on a skillet, and that really helps. My kids don't seem to mind, so we are just gonna serve them like this. And if you don't wanna eat it on bread, you can also serve it on top of rice, or we've even tried on top of spaghetti squash, and it's really yummy that way. Either way you choose, I know you're gonna love it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you get to try my twist on sloppy joes. I know you will love them. If you want the full recipe, go to onehappyhousewife.com. Till next time.